Nitara Projects Limited stands as a resounding emblem of strength, vitality, and enduring prosperity, embodying the essence of deeply rooted foundations. It's not just a name, but a profound commitment to redefining luxury living through innovation, excellence, and an unyielding dedication to its motto: You dream, we build. In the heart of Gurugram's most coveted locations, Golf Course Extension Road, Sona Road, and SPR, Nitara Projects reimagines urban living with unmatched finesse. Each project is a masterpiece, seamlessly blending eco-conscious design, cutting-edge technology, and bespoke craftsmanship to deliver homes that are not just shelters but sanctuaries of comfort and prosperity. Offering impeccable service, on-time delivery, and the promise of enduring quality, Nitara Projects Limited is reshaping the future of residential living, where every home is a testament to timeless elegance and innovation. Hello, I'm Anisha Nair Dhawan. Today we are turning the spotlight on a rising star in luxury real estate. Low-rise developments, a segment that is swiftly becoming the preferred choice of discerning buyers. And leading the charge in this space is the visionary Nitara Projects. I'm thrilled to be joined by Vikram Tanwar, founder, CEO, and director of Nitara Projects, to explore this exciting transformation in luxury living. Hi Vikram, welcome to the show.
Hi Anisha, thanks for coming over. I, Vikram Tanwar, welcome you to our Experience Center.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here in this wonderful Experience Center. Can you share with us how Nitara Project embodies its philosophy of creating homes that deeply resonate with the values and the essence of family living?
So Anisha, to understand what Nitara stands for or to understand our philosophy, you actually need to understand the meaning of Nitara and what our logo signifies. So Nitara, जो कि एक संस्कृत का वर्ड है, which means deeply rooted. एक ऐसी चीज़, एक ऐसा रिश्ता जिसकी की जड़ें बहुत मजबूत और गहरी हैं. So if you look at our logo, it is a tree which got equally deep roots. So it is a symbol and which signifies balance between prosperity and you
being grounded.
Yes, and grounded. So if you look at closely, it's a tree which got equally deep roots and it is a symbol of incomparable strength and stability. So to understand our philosophy, if you understand what Nitara signifies and our logo, you will be able to understand the values which are deeply rooted, and then we actually target growth but जड़ों से जुड़े हुए.
But मुझे philosophy तो समझ आ गई नितारा की, पर ये how do you craft your homes to embody this philosophy? आप कह रहे हो कि luxury भी है, grounded भी है, आप मैसेज क्या दे रहे हो जब आप एक घर बनाते हो?
So देखिए, जब हम घर बनाते हैं, हम सबसे पहले जो बेसिक्स हैं उसको टेक केयर करते हैं. अगर हमने बेसिक्स को ठीक कर लिया, so rest of the war is already won.
So you're saying the foundation.
Yes. So I'm talking about foundation and the core values of the company. So whenever we talk about Nitara, we talk about 5 critical factors, which is actually our USP as well. So one critical factor which is most important for us is timely delivery. So Nitara की अगर आप legacy देखेंगे, we deliver our homes within 16 to 18 months. If we compare this with any high-rise, which takes 6 to 8 years to get constructed, we deliver it almost in 20% of the time, which is most critical for any home buyer because this waiting period, this gestation period is very long. Secondly, when we talk about other USPs of Nitara, we talk about 4 others, which are again very important. So we are talking about Vastu perfect homes, which is a symbol of peace and prosperity. We talk about fully loaded homes, जिसमें कि आपको कोई भी इंटीरियर का काम नहीं करवाना है. जब होम बायर अपने ड्रीम होम में शिफ्ट होते हैं, so it takes 1 to 2 years to get that interior done. But in case of Nitara, everything is done up. which is already there. And other part which we always suggest is 1 year no questions asked warranty, which means after shifting to home, we take care of each and everything for 1 year end-to-end warranty. So that's something when we actually relate our philosophy with the values.
Right. But I'm trying to understand, when I move into a Nitara home, how does it embody the philosophy of the essence and the emotions of a family? When I move into a house, do I feel deeply connected because of the environment? And at the same time, it gives a luxury feel. So does it mean that I'm not, even though I live in luxury, it is not a frivolous luxury. It is not that I'm just, falling for the luxury, but there are some values. How do the homes embody these values?
So this is a fantastic question, and I'll relate it to 2 core values which we talk about and which we actually put in all our buildings. One is that we are a team of experts. So we talk about craftsmanship, we talk about skilled team, which is there to give you a peace of mind, because everything which is constructed is done by a skilled team. Secondly, we procure material from international and national markets, and a combination of good brands and a skilled labor will give you a home which lasts long for generations.
How does Nitara Projects uphold its uncompromising standards for quality and excellence, especially in some of these premier locations in Gurgaon?
So Anisha, there is another unique thing with Nitara. Whenever someone buys a Nitara home, it comes with most of the brands which automatically covers for 10 years warranty.
Okay.
So although we take care of 1 year end-to-end warranty for the home, everything, but we buy brands which give inbuilt 10-year warranty.
Okay.
So when you say, if we talk about UPVC windows, which is highly usable, it comes from a German brand which is almost #1 brand in the world, which is Aluplast. So this kind of quality and standards we are maintaining. So if somebody buys a Nitara home, anything which is there mostly comes from the very top brands, and there is a inbuilt warranty of 5 to 10 years.
Right. So I want to understand that you mentioned some of these international brands, and I'm sure they're best in quality. But do you also source from India? Because there may be some segments where, Indian built is just as good, but more value.
For sure. So we are talking about a mix of international and Indian brands. And here we are talking about something which is preferred by customer also. So whenever we talk about luxury, somebody aspires for a villa, and the brands which people are putting in their villas, we are putting it in all our units, whether it is a compact unit of 2000 square feet or a large unit which is 10,000 square feet. We are putting all those brands which somebody aspires to put in a luxury villa or which signifies luxury living.
And there's no cutting of corners, good brands in bathrooms and kitchens and living rooms and in your tube lights and your switchboards, all of them are standard or, the luxury variety.
So for sure that is required. To maintain that standard, we actually need to go to brands and vendors, because we talk about a long-term relationship with the client. If we are buying things from different vendors and different brands, we will not get that service. So a home is a combination of multiple products, and there are multiple agencies which are involved. And if I buy from different vendors or different agencies, they will not give end service to my home buyer. So that is something which we are taking care, and that facility or the service is transferred to customer as an end user.
So tell us, Vikram, how does technology and innovation factor into Nitara's approach into creating homes that are both durable and low maintenance in the future?
So when we talk about technology, we actually connect this with the expertise to use that material. So when we talk about construction, it is not only buying the best of the brands or best of the material, but how we use it during construction. So in the first phase of our discussion, I discussed about that Nitara got a USP which is related to team of experts. So we got our in-house team which got engineers, architecture and interior. So we can relate it to specifically to materials. आपने देखा होगा पुराने जब घर बनते थे तो उसमें लाल ईंट को यूज करते थे,
अभी भी यूज होते हैं बहुत सारे घरों में.
So we have replaced that red brick by a product which is called AAC block. We buy mostly from branded blocks, which is JK Lakshmi high strength block.
Okay.
So अगर आप किसी भी नॉर्मल बंदे से पूछोगे तो वो बोलेगा कि लाल ईंट का जो घर होता है वो बहुत मजबूत होता है, बट ऐसा है नहीं. इट डिपेंड्स कि आपने कौन सा प्रोडक्ट बाय किया है और उसको आपने यूज़ कैसे किया है. सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वन विच इज़ बेस्ट ऑफ द मटेरियल एंड वी आर ऑल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट कि उसको जो लगाने वाले हैं उनको आपने ट्रेन किया है नहीं किया है और उसका यूज़ कैसे हो रहा है. सिमिलरली जब हम बात करते हैं कि हमारे जो घर हैं वो सीपेज फ्री हैं, सो उसमें जो प्रोडक्ट्स हम यूज़ करते हैं पैक्स पाइप यूज़ करते हैं विच इज़ अ 3 लेयर इंसुलेटेड पाइप. अब उस पाइप को इंस्टॉल करने का जो तरीका है वो बहुत डिपेंड करेगा कि आपके घर पे सीपेज आएगी कि नहीं आएगी. यू हैव बॉट अ वेरी हाई एंड प्रोडक्ट, लेकिन उसको जब आपने कंस्ट्रक्शन में यूज किया, इंस्टॉल किया, अगर
ठीक से नहीं किया,
उसको प्रॉपरली आपने इंस्टॉल नहीं किया है या फिर जो बंदा उसको लगा रहा है वो स्किल्ड नहीं है, सो वो प्रोडक्ट.
तो यहाँ आपकी एक्सपर्टीज है. जब कस्टमर लेता है उनको ये भी पता है कि बेस्ट प्रोडक्ट, क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट यूज किया है, बट जो लगा रहा है वो भी समझदार है और he knows how to get the job done.
Yes, for sure.
Right. Thank you so much, Vikram, for explaining how this construction process itself and the application of technology is working for Nitara Projects. We'll slip into a break at this point in time. We'll be back very soon. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We are in conversation with Vikram Tanwar, founder, director and CEO of Nitara Projects. Vikram, you were telling me about the usage of technology, best-in-class material and the fact that you use Vastu. So your project, your homes are Vastu compliant. How does this enhance the living experience of your customers?
So Anisha, we'll talk about Vastu first. और जो हमारा वास्तु का कॉन्सेप्ट है that starts even before we start designing the home. We buy plots which are actually Vastu compliant. So it starts with the land selection. उसके बाद में जब हम डिज़ाइनिंग के ऊपर बात करते हैं, so most of our home designs are unique and Vastu compliant. So आजकल क्या हो रहा है, ग्रेजुअली जो वास्तु है उसका ट्रेंड या उसकी डिमांड बहुत बढ़ रही है. सपोज आपने घर खरीद लिया और आपने अपनी हाउस वार्मिंग पार्टी की और उसमें आपके गेस्ट आए जिन्होंने आके बोला कि आपने घर तो बहुत अच्छा खरीदा है, लेकिन इसमें आप रहेंगे तो आपकी जो हेल्थ है वो अच्छी नहीं रहेगी या फिर आपको बिजनेस में लॉसेस होंगे. सो जब आप नितारा की बात करेंगे, यू कैन डेफिनेटली से टू दैट कस्टमर कि नितारा का जो घर है उसमें पीस और प्रॉस्पेरिटी आती है बिकॉज उन्होंने वास्तु का ऑलरेडी ख्याल रखा है. सो देयर इज अ ट्रेंड शिफ्ट वेयर पीपल आर डिमांडिंग वास्तु एंड वी आर वास्तु कंप्लायंट इन मोस्ट ऑफ आवर हाउसेस एंड वी बाय प्लॉट्स व्हिच आर वास्तु कंप्लायंट एट फर्स्ट हैंड.
Vikram, can you explain to us the rise of low-rise development as a luxury proposition? Because when we think of luxury, usually now in the newer constructions, we think of high-rise, a doorman, a fancy reception. This is what we think of luxury. Why should I, if I want to have a luxury home, consider a low-rise building?
So, Anisha, we talk about Nitara. It is actually related to value for money. So, there are three major pointers which are actually taking us in competition with the luxury high rises.
And you're exceeding those.
Yes, for
what
sure.
Are these three factors where you're exceeding the high rise luxury developments?
So one is, which we have just discussed, is the most critical part, जो कि है overall project delivery timeline. So when we talk about delivery timelines, any high rise, it will take 6 to 8 years to get constructed. One, Secondly, you will be offered a bare shell unit, right? So it's a big headache कि आप घर में पहले इंटीरियर करवाएंगे,
पहले तो वेट करेंगे, ईएमआई भरेंगे, फिर टाइम आएगा, फिर एक और साल लगेगा उसको डेवलप करने में।
और उसमें आई अज्यूम कि 99% ऑफ द होम बायर्स दे आर नॉट एक्सपर्ट इन इंटीरियर्स।
यस।
So firstly, they have a waiting period of 6 to 8 years. After that, उनको घर तो मिल गया, अब उसको सपनों का घर बनाने के लिए उन्हें 1 साल के लिए मेहनत करना है, अलग अलग शोरूम्स में विजिट करना है, इंटीरियर डिजाइनर की हेल्प लेनी है,
अपना हेडेक बढ़ जाता है।
Yes. So by the time they shift to their dream homes, they are exhausted and they are drained out from energy, patience and money. When we talk about Nitara, we give you fully done up homes and that is delivered within 16 to 18 months. So this is
a big USP, the timeline.
Yes, one. Secondly, when we talk about luxury, it is about space as well. For example, when you buy a 4,000 square feet home, you will get a usable area of approximately 26 to 2,800 square feet only because of the loading, which is always there as a standard part in high rises.
Okay.
When you buy a low rise unit, a home, specifically say we talk about Nitara, so we will deliver you something which is larger in space and which gives you value for money. So in the similar amount what you are paying to buy a home, you will get larger spaces.
Okay.
Third very critical point is low maintenance. So we compare it with a 4,000 square feet apartment and a unit 500 square yard unit which Nitara builds. So for a 4,000 square feet high rise, any home buyer will be paying minimum 25,000 to 30,000 rupees every month.
Okay.
Same amenities which are provided by Nitara because we buy land parcels in the vicinities where all these amenities comes along with the home. So you will be paying almost 1/3 of the total cost which you are paying as for maintenance every month.
That's very interesting. Now, as the founder and the CEO of this company, what drives your passion towards redefining luxury living, and what is your vision when it comes to how luxury should be viewed in our country?
So, I'll talk about my roots first when we talk about personal passion and vision. So, I belong to a place called Bhiwani, which is in Haryana only, and Bhiwani is very famous for sportsmen, for farmers, for army people, and I think in coming days entrepreneurs also. So if we look at all these categories, so which is actually something which are deeply rooted. So हम अगर farmers की बात करेंगे या sportsmen की बात करेंगे या armed forces की बात करेंगे, so all these categories, they fall into a space where we are connected to our roots and we are very grounded. So during last 2 decades of my experience, I have done everything with sheer passion which is required to take your personal or professional growth to new heights.
So you've spoken about entrepreneurship, and I understand your journey must be one where you were very driven to succeed. But I'm trying to understand, what did you think of luxury real estate or luxury living that made it your passion? Was it your exposure to something? Was it your imagination? Because छोटी जगह से आए, जो हमने देखा है वो हम समझते हैं. आपने बहुत दूर देखा, perhaps जो आपके नियर टर्म विसिनिटी में भी नहीं था. कैसे आपने ये पैशन डेवलप किया और आपको लगा कि यहाँ luxury living is the thing to work for?
So there are 2 things which are contributing to all this thought process. One is that I am an avid reader. I read a lot, and if you see my home or my cabin, you will find lots of books. That is one. Along with that, I love to travel. I have traveled across world and across India. So when you travel abroad and you go to developed countries, you see that this is something which will happen in India also in coming days, right? So while visiting international countries and developed nations, you see that this is something which will actually come to India as well. So that is something which is driving that thought process as well as the growth story which is taking place in India. So we can envision that through Nitara as well.
So I'm sure you believe that whatever you're offering will find a market, even if it's not here, maybe in the future it will be. So I want to understand, how do you see the future, given the kind of response you're seeing, the amount of love and passion you put into your projects? What's your vision for Nitara Projects, say in the next 5 years? Do you see your footprint growing beyond Delhi NCR?
So we don't have 5 years plans, but we have 20-year plans. Nitara completed 13 years a few months back only. So we have just entered into teenage. And as a country, India is doing phenomenal growth. Next 2 decades will actually define us as a world leader. So I am not only relying on the growth of Delhi NCR or a home buyer's need, but I am also looking at country's growth. At present, all developers together, they are making 5 lakh homes in a year. But the kind of urbanization which is taking place in India, there will be a demand of almost 10 crore homes in next 1 decade. So there is a gap between the demand and supply, where I see a huge opportunity. And Nitara, which is holding fantastic goodwill and a brand, we have way to go. Now, when we talk about the potential in the market, if you look at the largest developer in the country, that is holding just 2% of the market cap, and that this 2% is 2 lakh crore rupees, right? And if largest developer is taking only 2% share out of the overall opportunity, I think it's a huge gap between what we can actually offer to our customers and the supply will be huge. So I see sky is the limit for
You're saying there's no, it is not necessarily that real estate is going to be dominated by one player. You think there is room for everyone. But I'm trying to understand, how do you gauge where there is demand for what you offer? Say, urban living will see a lot of demand, but there'll be demand for all type of housing. How do you find the customer waiting and willing to buy your homes in wherever you look for in the future?
So let's compare pre-COVID and post-COVID times. Pre-COVID times, there was people were looking for renting homes, not buying homes. There was a great debate whether you buy a home or you rent a place. Young generation, they were looking out for Airbnbs rather going to luxury hotels. They were looking for not buying cars but use Uber and Ola for their transportation mode. Now fast forward to 2023-24, there is a waiting period for cars which is ranging from 6 months to 2 years. That is one. If you go to any luxury hotel, you want to go for a vacation, it is all oversold. Now we go back to the basic requirement of housing. So we are looking at decadal heights of demand for homes. So this is something which is a transition from pre-COVID era where people were not looking for stability. Now, there is a demand. They
want it all. They don't want to wait for tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
Very interesting. Thank you so much, Vikram, for speaking with us. With that, we come to the end of this show. We'll be back soon. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit.